Peace to Black Ram 313. Yes, peace to Black Ram 313. Check this out, y'all.
Divorced my husband. Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's fucking sickness. I found myself divorced and out there looking for love in all the wrong places. Fucking this one and that one and that one and that one and this one and that one. And my body count going up and my value going down. I'm just going to call it like a TI is. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them. I should have stayed married to my husband. I felt like I was on this dark road with no street lights, pitch dark, and I couldn't find my way and didn't know which way to go. I felt lost. I felt like I was walking barefoot on that dark road with pebbles and hot rocks sticking my foot. I felt hurt. I felt alone because every time he and that one and this one and that one left my bed, I was alone all by myself. And which was supposed to be soft and comfortable for me, my pillow, it was now filled with tears. I should not have left my husband. I am filled with joy.
Thanks. Listen, once this has to get like, you know, I have to give her kudos for keeping it all the way real.
Whoa, she kept it all the way real. Peace to Black Ram 313 again. This young man right here, young man younger than me, one of the young men who the Most High has blessed to come on YouTube that has actually changed my life. You know, he made me want to be a YouTuber. Him, guys like Sonetta, this and that. But this young man here came with a message. And I swear, when he first came out, Black Ram 313 came out. Ooh, I'm talking about like a black ram, a hard hitter. Pow, pow. And he represented 313. But he's from Chicago. But that's something else. Anyway, this here, man, I swear, awesome. Awesome. Fantastic. Fantastic. I always told y'all that when the European took the woman, right, and he started in the 60s to create laws for women, you know, like to be able to work and to get in the workplace. These laws were created so she can do what she do. You got to understand that coming from the old days into modern society, the old man, which was a very religious man, even if he was a heathen, all right, you got to understand that those people have principles and morals, you know. So the woman was always considered submissive or maybe even subservient to the man. And that man took care of her. She ain't had to do nothing. You know, that man would take care of her, the family. Even if he cheated, he made sure he took care of his family. You know what I'm saying? Even if he had to take care of 2 and 3 families. I know my grandfather Thomas Whitfield was one of them. You know, my uncle David said that my grandfather had 3 families. We know of 2. All right. So when the woman wants to cheat and give her body to many different men, then she also need to be like a man. Because men feel like they can give their body to many different women with a God-given right. But guess what? We take care of ourselves. We ain't begging nobody for nothing. We ain't asking nobody for nothing. And if a woman wants to do that, then she needs to be like the man. Because the workplace is for the man. Slavery even was for the man. It was the man that ancient slaveholders or traders or handlers dealt with. And they kept the women and the children as booty or as commodities. It was the men that was the stock, the work value, the money. Okay? So it was always men that took care of the families. You understand? And he took care of his wife and his woman, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Now, when the woman decides that she want to get that thing away, then she needs to go ahead and operate in her own energy. She should not operate in the energy of a man. And when so the man would leave just flat out. I mean, it's just flat out. If a man, even to this day, a man is gonna leave. If a man found out his woman is cheating, he's gonna leave. He's gonna bounce. Especially if he's married or in love with her. He found out if he really, really, really love her and not a weak man, he gonna leave because he know he can never have her the way that he want her. He want her to himself. Okay. If a woman goes out and get pregnant, a wife goes out and get pregnant by a man other than her husband, that marriage is doomed. If a woman go out and have sex and cheat on her husband, that marriage is doomed. And it's always been all throughout American history. That just have not been the case. Because again, my grandfather Thomas Whitfield gave birth to my uncle Thomas Whitfield and my mama Thomas Whitfield that same year. My father, Mr. Riley, right, gave birth to me and my other brother the same year. I'm like 3 weeks older than my brother. Can I get a hello there? But guess what? The father wasn't X out of the family. The father left the family. Okay? The family is the family's name, and the family name comes from the daddy. Can I get a hello there? So the daddy leaves the family, and daddy leave mama, and mama's fend for herself. So in a society prior to the 60s, if a woman was immoral, she had to turn into a whore in order for her to fend for herself, because there was no other way prior to the 1960s for her to really fend for herself other than working for white people. Like I'm talking about like being working in white people's homes, and fulfilling the desire of that home no matter what it may be. She may do the work of the mother or the white woman in the house, take care of the kids, clean, cook, all those things. And she may even have to even give the white man a little bit. Bottom line is prior to 1960, the black woman, if she was immoral, okay, or if the man left her, she was without anything. And this is why the 1960s brought forth a new woman, where the women's live, the women's liberation, female liberty, right, steps into play because women got tired of their men leaving them, or having too much power and control. So they began to lobby Congress, and laws was changed, and women after the 1960s, the late 1960s, may that be, right? The women began to, laws was passed. They were able to get in the workplace and take care of themselves, right? So now they don't need to depend on no man no more. This is the history, y'all. She don't need to depend on the man anymore. So now she can become like the man, right? So therefore, when she decides not to want to be a wife, right? Because a wife's job is to take care of home, and the husband's job is to go out there and work. And that's just the only way that this thing can successfully be, right? You know, if she has to, as a wife, go out and work as well, then she feels entitled. You know, unless you say that, baby, you can work and you can keep all your money to yourself. The man is supposed to take care of everything. But if you sit up there and tell her that she can work and keep the money to herself, that she's going to develop a bigger bank than you. And then at some point, she's going to become more arrogant and more powerful and more dominant than you. Didn't you just see how the lady felt like when she got the money, the power, the position, how she felt more dominant than the man? Let's go back to the Good Times, the movie Good Times, or the episode Good Times, when Florida was talking about getting a job. James raised hell. What about when Florida got to talk about going to college? Oh, James raised hell. Because he can no longer be the man of the house. He can no longer be the power of the house when the woman of the house is more powerful than him. You can't be a man. This is why the woman don't respect you as a man, because she emasculates you. She emasculates you as a man. You understand? And she wants that there. Okay? So she can have power and dominance over you. The woman is always seeking for power and dominance over the man. And that's a very ungodly thing to do. Because any powerful woman, powerful in that capacity, a lot of times they don't know how to stay feminine. They need women that's powerful in that capacity need to know how to stay feminine, like Queen Esther. Read the book of Esther. Now that's how a virtuous woman of power is supposed to be. But remember how that lady said how her body count was going up, you know, but her value as a person was going down. Notice how she traded being just the wife, the stay-at-home mom. She traded that position to want to be in the man position. Y'all don't know what type of hell and bull crap that we have to go through as men at work. But as women get in the workplace, they see, but they don't care because they ain't got to deal with it. They never had to deal with it because I can't sleep with my white boss. You can. Anyway, back at the ranch. This lady got a job, went to school, escalated, became powerful, and then her whole thing destroyed the family, the relationship, and the marriage. Big ups, Black Ram 313 for that. I love you for that one, bro. Big ups. I'm gonna get with you in the future, my man.